I want to talk about writing evil modern characters. Not you can't write a robber baron anymore. Like what used to be evil, crazy, deceitful isn't the same anymore. So like I normally write positive characters, I'm going to write a negative character and tell you some secrets to doing that. And this tweet is a great example. This is by Ian Miles Chung. No holes left unfilled. Tampon Tim Waltz to the rescue. And then a picture of Tim Waltz. If you don't know who Ian is, he's a Malaysian blogger, influencer who's never been to America but thinks he's a 17-year-old boy from Pasadena. And Elon Musk likes to retweet him because he'll say the most outrageous, crazy things. This is a controversy. This is a made-up controversy about Tim Walz making sure that there's tampons available in schools throughout Minnesota. That's like saying making sure there's toilet paper available. But Ian doesn't understand this, right? So this is the first weird thing, right? And that is making something evil that is just benign. Providing tampons is not an evil thing that like, oh, those women and they get rich on their tampon money. Right? That just isn't that way. So first of all, it's just that because it's an absolute ignorance of the subject that they're talking about. Second, the sexualization of it, right? The three holes, there's trying to be like sexualizing menstruation. Now, Ian doesn't understand what menstruation is, I think, right? So there's confusion here. But you'll see this with Elon Musk as well when he talks about trans or gay people or non-binary, it's instantly sexual. It's not identity to him, but sexual to him, right? They're objects. So a woman is an object you have sex with. A trans person is a person that you want to have sex with. They're not somebody who has an identity, who can achieve that identity without actually having sex, but understanding who they are, right? And so there's this whole weird sexualization of it. And Ian takes it further because he's talking about school children at this point, right? This is for the school. Now, while there's some people in schools over the age of 18, generally most of the kids in school are under 18. So he's now sexualizing minors. And again, you see this all the time in this really creepy way where all of a sudden Ian thinks, oh, you don't menstruate until you're 18 because that's when you're a woman. You know, you pop out at 18, right? And you see this again all through this new evil is that you don't become gay till you're 18. You're not trans till you're 18. Like none of this happens till you're 18. And then magically you get touched by a wand and you get decided who you are. I guess Ian, when he was 18, decided he was an incel who would never have sex. So maybe that's his point of view, but okay. But for most of us, we can understand that that isn't true and that you actually carry this identity for longer. So that makes this really, really, really creepy. And so instead of having them shout about like how they're going to kill puppies and stuff, it's these kind of 3 steps. Super uninformed, going after something that most people think is a positive because that identifies you as not normal, sexualizing it because that makes you a deviant, and then including children in that because that makes you creepy, weirdo. And this tweet, here, I'll show it again, is just a masterclass in all those steps because it is just so ignorant, creepy, and weird that character, if you saw this from a character, or if they demonstrated these things, and then you had to interact with them, you know you're on the other side of them. You know that's an evil person. You know that's some weirdo, crazy, insane person that you're going to have to deal with, right? And that is just great characterization. So ignore the politics on this and just look at the characterization and how to build a character that is no longer like your traditional evil, right? Because we always said, oh, the Russians are evil, the evil terrorists. Like you have all these kind of like really kind of formulaic evil people. But if you're writing anything modern and you want to talk about real evil and weirdness and creepiness and just this is a great example of how to think about that character in a modern sense and what we see it manifest in a modern world.